Hello, I'm Angela Princewell, and on this segment of Ask AP, I'm answering a question relating to marriage contracts for second marriages. And I'm not even going to bother stating what the exact question was, just get a marriage contract. Under any circumstances, please do it. And especially for second marriages. And why do I say that? If it's your first marriage, I can understand a lot of times people are young, you're coming into the relationship with nothing. I still think you should do a marriage contract under those circumstances because you want to protect yourself. I know you're the next Bill Gates in the making, so you should. And it doesn't mean that you're trying to, screw over your partner. It just means that you want to determine how things are done. You don't want the law deciding for you. You want to decide your own fate, right? You want to be the master of your fate. But having said, like, when it comes to second marriages, there's really no excuse. And it breaks my heart often when I see people who have gone through, their first divorce and they've lost half of their assets. And then now you're going through a second divorce and you're having to share half of your assets. Like, how it just defies logic to me how you would work all of your life to end up with a quarter of your earnings. I mean, I know it doesn't necessarily work out that way, okay? But that's the way I compute it. Like, so you've divided your assets the first time in the first relationship, and now you may divide that asset again if your second relationship fails. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a romantic. I know that this person is the love of your life, and maybe the first time there were a million things wrong, and now you're both more mature. You're getting into this, in having in a more thought out process than you might have with your first marriage or relationship. But part of that thinking process, part of that maturity, is ensuring that you organize your affairs, you clean house. If you have, make sure your beneficiary designations are right. Is your will right? And do you have a marriage contract? It helps the person that you're with, that you love, so that you can, if the relationship has to come to an end, you can end in a way that honors that relationship that you've had. Because if someone's trying to take your assets because that's the law allows them to do that, you might not feel so good about that person anymore. And all of a sudden, this wonderful second marriage or relationship that you've been through is just, now it's a bad memory for you. It's worse than it is. I'm not breaking up is not easy under any circumstances, but if you have a marriage contract, then at least you can deal with the pain. You can focus on the relationship. You can process things better, knowing that the legal aspect would be taken care of in a way that was predetermined by you. So if you are going through a second marriage, please, by all means, make sure you get a marriage contract done. Now, please do not say to me that you are not getting into a marriage, and so this does not apply to you. It applies to you if you're living with someone. Actually, let's take this a step further. If you're going to be spending a lot of time together in each other's homes, talk to a lawyer. Because the fact that you both have respective homes does not, your respective homes does not take away legal liability from the both of you. You may still be found to be liable for support. There might be claims to property that can arise. So determine what you want, plan. And then, as I always say, once you have that contract, keep it somewhere safe, forget about it, and go live happily ever after. So that's the answer to that question. Yes, again, make sure you do get a marriage contract, especially if it's for a second marriage or relationship. And that's it for today. Until next time, it's bye for now.